It's Friday, January the 5th, and today is the second day of school. Yesterday was the first day. Wednesday was supposed to be our first day back, but out of breath, the steps every time. Wednesday was supposed to be the first day back, but it was supposed to be like snowing and freezing rain. So school was canceled Wednesday. Yesterday, Thursday was our first day, and today's our second day, but it's the weekend. Today's Friday. And apparently there's something wrong with my clock because it's should be a little before 7:30 now, and it says 3:46. So I guess I need to find a battery and get that fixed. Here's my little closet, and it's junky. It's very junky, I think. There we go. And this is probably why the battery's not working anymore, because I have Rayovacs and not like Duracell or Energizer. But hey, you gotta use what you have, right? Okay, so it's Friday and it's the end of the day, but it doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like a Friday, I guess, because Thursday was our first day back. We were supposed to come back on Wednesday, but there was supposed to be like freezing rain and snow flurries here in Florida, and Tallahassee got snow. We did not. I think the temperature was like 33 degrees that day. It was very cold, very nasty, very wet, very rainy, and we didn't get snow. But we did get an extra day off from school. So we started yesterday, and then today, like, I was getting my homework packet together, getting it ready, and I got it like together, stapled out the door by the skin of my teeth. Like, it almost didn't happen. But here's my packet. I always keep it on this, like, I keep my extras on this little clip. That way, whenever someone says, I lost my packet, I don't know where it is, like, I can just readily grab one. It's just been a really good day. Over the break, I revamped my schedule, and I have just been like, you know what? I am going to stick with this schedule, because I have historically had this problem of like, they have to get this concept, I have to finish, and that's even if like I run over time, which would be a lot. And I'm like, you know, I just can't do that anymore, because I end up not getting to enough curriculum in the rest of the day. So one of my old APs used to always say, when it comes to the content, you just have to like hit it and then quit it. So like give them, you know, introduce the concept, teach it, and like move on. Don't just stay and stay and stay. Like, just get it and get out. Get in and get out. So that's what I'm doing. And then yesterday I did a Bible lesson, but we didn't get a chance to do the worksheet afterwards. And they were like, well, we didn't do it. And I was like, I know, guys, like, we just have to move on because the time is up. So I'm being really, really conscious about how much time that I'm spending with each subject, and like making sure we don't run over for a snack or don't run over for bathroom break, and just those kinds of things. So the new schedule is working well. They're going to have to get adjusted to it. There are some things that, like, for the most part, it's mostly the same. There are some things that are different, so it's mostly me getting used to it so that it just becomes second nature, and then having them get used to it as well. And once they do, then they can help me. But, you know, it was a really good day. I got up very, very early today, 5 a.m., which I never get up that early unless I have to feed Ian, and then I just go back to bed. But I was like, I just had a very leisurely, is that the word? Leisurely morning. I got up, I made myself some lemon water, some warm lemon water. I never like get to sit down and just have a nice, you know, warm drink in the morning. Never, because I'm always rushing to get out in the morning. So I did that. I sat down and I just had like a uninterrupted, you know, devotion time. I did some scripture writing. What else did I do? I tried to do a quick workout on YouTube. And then I was like, in the middle of it was just a quick 8-minute workout. In the middle of it, I was like, you know what? I never put together my Fitbit, so let me do that now. then I was like, I think I Googled it, and they said it might not be charged. So I charged it up. It's been charging all day, but look at this. So this was a dud from the Goodwill, because I got it from the Goodwill on New Year's Eve, and it doesn't work. And the guy told me that I had 24 hours to bring it back, but I forgot to open it up within the 24 hours. So it's a dud. But today I started a new unit in reading. We started story structure, and this is the book that I read with it. And the curriculum that we have, it calls for another book, which is like a much longer storybook, and I just don't like to use really long books when I'm introducing a new concept, if I can help it, because it takes a long time to like read the book, a long time to kind of introduce the concept and all the terms that go with it. And so I got this last year from Scholastic, like as a free rewards thing, and it's really kind of a funny story. So we had fun with it. And have you seen The Missing Kitty? The guy drops all of his groceries, they're flying through the air, and he's just running away with his hands up like that.
That's not usual. Okay, but when that's really scary. Out of the water.
If you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. Smile really big. Everywhere he went, people screamed and hid. Ah! Run! Look at his teeth! Don't eat me! Shark! He's looking for kitties. Ah! And Shark's just saying, but I'm a vegetarian.
I'm a vegetarian.
That part is so fun. Can you guys say it with me?
I'm a vegetarian.
And with every reading unit, there are process questions and then a visual tool. And the visual tool is basically just a graphic organizer that helps the students to like take the story and put the important parts of it into just a graphic organizer to help them comprehend it better. And the process questions go hand in hand with the visual tool. So for story structure, these are the process questions, like who's the main character, what's the character's goal or problem, how do they try to reach the goal or solve the problem, what keeps them from reaching the goal or solving the problem, how does the story end, and what attempt had the greatest influence on the story's outcome. And then this is the visual tool. So who in this box, and for the visual tool, when they do it, they have to it's just a blank piece of paper and they have to draw it out themselves. So for who, they're going to write who's the main character, which is question 1. We're going to go back through and you guys are going to help me fill out our visual tool.
Yeah.
Who was this story about? It was about the shark detective and Smarty Party.
Oh yeah.
Jason put it up. I really like how I asked a question. 0 students called out. All students who wanted to say something raised their hand. You guys are on a roll. I'm going to call you Butter. What they're going to write, what was their goal or problem. Since we already read the whole thing yesterday, I'm not reading it all again today. I'm just going back to the part that helps him find out what was his problem.
He's trying to find the kitty. Meow.
But he's trying to find the kitty. That's true, but that's his goal. His goal is to find the kitty, but there's a bigger problem as he's trying to find the kitty.
No one likes him.
Yes, and why are all the people running away from Shark?
Shark is trying to be detective, but everyone's scared.
And then they have attempts and blocks, so we had to talk about what is an attempt, what is a block. It's when the character is trying to solve the problem, that is the attempt, but when it doesn't work, that is the block. Okay? It's getting a little warm in here. Let me take off my sweater. It's so cold outside, I have 2 sweaters on today. So what was his first attempt? He asked a man,
I wonder where he went.
if he saw the kitty.
Oh, it's a shark.
And then what was My boys who are back here, move on up some. Happy New Year, class.
Happy New Year, yes.
Thank you. Okay, so for his first attempt, he asked a man if he saw the kitty. What was the block to that? Who ran away? The man threw his groceries and ran away. The attempts are the things that the character is trying to do when they're attempting to solve their problem or reach their goal. The block is like when it doesn't work. And we talk about how that makes the story more interesting. And then question 6 is, what attempt had the greatest influence on the outcome? But then there's going to be one really important attempt, and that attempt is going to have a really big influence on the outcome. Everyone say influence. What's that?
What's that?
So you guys just asked me what influence is, okay? So that's process question number 6. What attempt had the greatest influence on the story's outcome? So that means that there's going to be one attempt that really kind of changes things for the character. It really helps the character to reach their, to solve their problem or to reach their goal. And when there's that one last attempt, that one last thing that the character tries, and it leads to the outcome, that's going to be the last column on our visual tool. They're going to try one last thing. It's going to lead to the outcome, which is how the story ends. That is the attempt that has the greatest influence. So we talked about how there's like one thing that happens, there's one try or one final attempt usually that like really changes things for the character and leads to the outcome. And so with that final attempt, the arrow goes all the way to the last column, which is outcome. And so this is what we'll be working on for the next couple weeks. And I downloaded a welcome back activity from TPT, but I didn't get to school early enough yesterday to get it all prepped and together, so we didn't get a chance to do this. And I guess there's 2019, right? All right, guys, so I have my baby boy, and I'm just feeling like so light and free, and I usually don't feel like this on a Friday. Like usually on a Friday, I'm glad that it's the weekend, but I often feel like very drained, like, oh my goodness, that was a long week, a lot of work, and I just want to go home and rest. But it just does not feel like a Friday today because, you know, Thursday was our first day back at school, and yesterday kind of threw me for a loop a little bit. Thursday did, because I did not get my morning planning yesterday. Our resource ended up being canceled, and it was unexpected. And so, like, imagine the first day back from break, you really are like, okay, I have a lot to do now that I'm back in my classroom. It didn't happen because I didn't have that planning time. And I'm doing something new and different now that I've never done before. So I have my planner, and it's like a school planner with the 8 or 9 different blocks in it. And something I've never done before is first of all, I never like used a planner as in like writing down, what I'm teaching when and that kind of thing. Like I've always just, I had to do lesson plans, so that's the only thing that I've done. But this year I've started using a planner, and I am actually writing in my planning periods in the planner now so that I can plan out my planning periods. I've always kind of planned my planning periods where I would write down like on a sheet of scrap paper or a sticky note or whatever, what I wanted to do during my planning periods. But that's a little disjointed to me because, it's like, it's not really in the flow of the day. But now like when it's on a sticky note or just like a sheet of paper here or there. But now when I have like all my plans for the day, and then I have those 2 blocks empty where I can just write in what I need to do, and I can see like it's on the same page as like my other plans, so I can see like, you know, materials that I need or what I'm going to be working on, and it just helps to jog my memory and like really get me in the mode of thinking about what I can do. And I've decided to do that because like with 2 45-minute planning periods a day, except for Wednesdays, we don't get planning. We only get 1 30-minute planning period on Wednesdays. So I just feel like with 2 45-minute planning periods per day, I should not be doing as much work at home as I do at home. And I am getting more done now than I was like the past year, because I am on the tail end of nursing my son, so that's going to be over soon. But I used to pump during my planning periods, so I would pump during the morning, pump during the afternoon planning period. This year, and this year is the first time that we've ever had 2 planning periods a day, the lower school. But last school year we had 1 planning period that was, I think it was 50 minutes. We had 1 per day, and I would pump during that 50-minute planning period, and I would pump also during lunch, and I would pump on my way to work in the mornings, and sometimes on the way home from work in the evenings. And so it was just like kind of life consuming. So now that I'm not doing that all the time anymore, I am using my time more efficiently, but I feel like I could do an even better job. And now that I have that planner and I'm using it in that way, I just am hoping that this is really going to help me out a lot. And I don't know, like, do you guys do that? Do you write in your planner what you're going to do during your planning periods? I don't know why has that never occurred to me. Why? Like, I don't know why, but I'm so grateful that, you know, that idea came to me. And so now I just want to work more efficiently. And when I'm with my family, I just want to be with my family. And when I'm at school, I just want to be doing schoolwork. And I'm trying to do a better job of separating the two. All right, guys, so now that I'm losing my lighting, and I just wanted to chat with you a little bit more, and I will see you guys in the next video. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing that now if you enjoy my videos, and I'll see you in the next one.